ഇപ്പൊ കേൾക്കുന്നുണ്ട്. Perdón. Gracias por invitar.
Yeah. He's our first employee of Coimbatore. So we want to get the partnership. So, எப்படி கட் பண்ணுவோம்? ரெண்டு பேரும் Sir, please, sir. didn't have a second thought to go on with this.
So please. The camera.
Okay, yeah. Of course, yeah. So he's our first employee of Coimbatore. So we want to give him a round of applause. எப்படி கட்டணும்?
Coimbatore, special invitees, we are delighted to have you here. Every time we interacted with you, your words of encouragement pushed us to do more. Heads and placement directors from the institutions, your support by encouraging students to take up opportunities with us have helped us build an awesome team here. We welcome you and look forward for more engagements. Our facility owners, Hanudev Infopark, Quadra Architects, vendors NextG Interiors, and Tech Tree Solutions, event managers Bamboo Events, who built this awesome place, a very special welcome to you all. Most importantly, our security officers and housekeeping staff who helped the upkeeping of this facility, we welcome you all. Our beloved colleagues and the passionate people who will join us in future, we are excited to welcome you. Last but not the least, our families and friends who believed in this new brand and stood by your sons, daughters and friends' decision to work with us. You are the greatest pillars of strength for us. We welcome you. It is with you all we are realizing our dreams and continue our journey. Today is very special to us. Starting from a 900 square feet 10-seater office, moving to a 4,000 square feet 60-seater office in Rydal Park, and now to a 40,000 square feet 250-seater office here is an important milestone for us. Physical infrastructure is only one part of the business, but it plays a very important role. This pandemic has disrupted the way we work. Many are considering remote or hybrid model. We still believe working from office has its own advantages, improves collaboration and harmony at work. Every time we move to a bigger office, it only empowers us to think and execute bigger and bigger. We consider this new place as a platform to scale further heights. At Coimbatore, together we grow.
Thank you, Arun. Do not follow where the path may lead. Go instead where there is no path and leave a trail. Building global products from Coimbatore is not just a dream anymore. We are on a journey to make Coimbatore the next big SaaS hub in India and also influence the other startup ecosystem. With that said, please join me in inviting Mr. Saravana Kumar, founder and CEO of Coimbatore, to address the gathering.
Hello. Okay, good morning, all of you. To see such a crowd is a good. To be honest, it's a goosebump moment for me personally. Especially given what's happened the last 2 years, and if we are able to pull this, we're basically waiting for this event to come for nearly 18 months now. So as you all know, the work was completed back in April 2020, and we've been patiently waiting to show this what we have done. What we have done to the outside world for nearly 18 months. Even now, it was a bit of a struggle, but it's really awesome to see everybody coming. First of all, I wanted to thank a lot of people in this journey. As you know, we call ourselves a startup, but we're not really. We're a nearly 10-year-old company now. The last 10 years, of course, as a business, we have seen lots of ups and downs, and to keep everything together and pull everything, and to look back, what we have achieved is mind blowing for all of us. So it's a really proud moment for all of us to see our early employees. Prabhakaran, who did the ribbon cutting, the first employee of Coimbatore, are still with us. For me personally, that just shows like, we are just giving them the growth what every employee needs year on year to stick with us for such a long duration. I know there's a lot of new people in here, so I just want to briefly touch on our story as well, like how it all started and where we are today. I moved to London in 2000 as a typical IT employee. Like you could have heard a lot of people moving to the West, the US, and Europe. Back then it's IT consultant wave. In 2010 is when the original idea for the product Disrupt 360 came. While I was working in was visiting the US and meeting the friends, that's how the original idea came. If you haven't seen this particular wall, the yellow wall, that just shows the entire journey, like stage by stage. So the guys have put a tremendous effort to depict what we have done in the last 10 years. So 2010 is when we started the first office, and 2013 when we were thinking about expanding. There's a dilemma whether to start in London or to start something in India. It's clearly it was very clear, like we have to start something in India, and so it's a big debate where to start in India, right? Like, okay, you're moving, and then given the opportunities, so the big debate whether to start something in Chennai or Bangalore. But that's when it struck, like, okay, anybody can build a company, and there are so many companies out there in cities like Bangalore and Chennai. Why don't we do something from Coimbatore? That's how we did strike a balance. Okay, we want to do something. And from day one, the company is always called Covey Systems. In UK, even UK, it's called Covey Limited. In India, we registered as Covey Systems India Limited. And from that point, even all of our hiring, we make sure there is some connectivity to the city, and we wanted to build an ecosystem out of Coimbatore. That is how we built up the entire company in the last 10 years. And in terms of growth, I want to thank a lot of people. They stayed with us. I think I also wanted to show this wall as well. One of the motto for us is together we grow. It's very difficult, if you look back, so many people, right? Like it's hard to believe as well, like what ecosystem we have created, like nearly 250 people now, and it's a stabilized business, and the type of impact what we have created. And this whole thing we are looking at as more as a starting point. Like we don't see it as a end. This is where we see it as ourselves starting from here. The last 10 years taught us a lot of things. We struggled a lot, we learned a lot. We are coming from a technical background, and we didn't know anything about the business. Like you can relate. I'm coming from a more like a developer background, and from there starting a business and scaling. So last 10 years. We learned quite a bit. We know how to build products and how to sell it globally, and that's what we have learned in the last 10 years. And from now into 2030 is what we are looking, what can we do as a bigger picture. And that is where the whole idea came, and we set this office, and then we scaled it from there. I'm sure like I'll be here, I'm happy to have a conversation with all of you. And I really wanted to thank each and every one, especially the team who pulled this event. They did an amazing job. Like all the way from coordinating, organizing, and then to pull this event like this. It's unbelievable. I think that's all from my side. We really wanted to make for me personally, I wanted to replicate, and I've seen quite a lot on Silicon Valley and Bangalore and even London. Somebody need to put the first step, right? Like we really wanted to do that from Coimbatore, and we wanted to become the first unicorn from Coimbatore. If somebody does it, it's fine. It's absolutely fine. But we wanted to take that initiative, and we wanted to make sure, try our level best to at least get to an IPO or a unicorn status, all from Coimbatore. Pretty much all of our workforce are from Coimbatore. So we wanted to keep that going, and then I'm sure a lot of new companies will come following us. Once it's a famous thing. It took a lot of time for somebody to do break the 1 mile within the 4-minute bar. But this is from my good friend Girish from Fresh Works. He keeps telling this. I think that once somebody does it first time, then immediately everybody follows, and you build the ecosystem very rapidly. And that's exactly what we wanted to do. It's not all about us, and it's a small thing, but I think it's a small player. I think we can contribute, and then we can make a bigger impact in the society and create an ecosystem. And that's what we wanted to see moving forward. Thank you very much for everybody, taking your efforts to come. These days, it's a lot of effort to attend any event, so thank you very much for all of you for coming.
Thank you, Saruna. I am very sure we are already in the game and sure to make it soon. There are no great limits to growth because there are no limits of human intelligence, imagination, and wonder. With us today is one such person, Bachelor's in Mechanical Engineering from PSG Tech, Master's in Automation Technology from University of Applied Sciences, Germany, started at Festo AG and IMT Robot AG in Germany, a co-owner and co-owner of the manufacturing panel, CII Coimbatore, active member of CII YI Coimbatore chapter since its inception in 2004, served as a chairman of the Native Lead Angel Network Coimbatore chapter, a governing council member of TIE Coimbatore chapter, a committee member of the Coimbatore Club. It's a pleasure to welcome Mr. Arjun Prakash, Chairman CII Coimbatore Zone and President Effica Automation to this inauguration session. Welcome, sir.
Respected Neeraj Mittal, Principal Secretary, Information Technology, Government of Tamil Nadu, Mr. Sarana Kumar, Subraj, dedicated employees of Coimbatore and friends. What an amazing workplace you have. I would like to first start by congratulating Sarana on the inauguration of a place like this. I had a very nice tour. He showed me the restaurant of the place, and one of the things he was saying was that we wanted to have anything that IT employees have in Bangalore. We would like to have the same here also in Coimbatore. And what I told him was, it doesn't look like Bangalore, it looks more like Silicon Valley here, and you've done a lot more here. It's indeed a pleasure to be part of this occasion with you. It's amazing. I've heard about the story that you were mentioning, completely bootstrapped, I think, and with all the products that you're developing and the environment that you're creating is basically, I think, to keep all employees engaged, and I think that will go a long way towards the commitment that they will show to you as well. Firstly, I'd like to say, you mentioned that you could have, I think, sitting in London, you could have chosen any place, Bangalore or Chennai in South India. From CII Coimbatore, I should say, we are really honored that we have chosen Coimbatore. To many people, we've always told from CII, Coimbatore has so many advantages, just like you mentioned in private and here as well. We have so many advantages, not just the cost of living, but also, the lifestyle might be a little different in terms of, going out from restauranting, but access to, nearby destinations and things like that are far better here in Coimbatore. But still our exposure towards, large companies is very low. And very often in CII, we always ask them, what is it that we lack that we are not able to invest in it? And sometimes they often tell us that we are not visible. And I think people like you coming here, investing and doing something really big like this here will definitely go a long way to be noticed. And I think other people in the IT industries will also note you, look at you and see that you're setting an example for for the other IT industries also to come and set shop here. And I think that's a great thing that we've chosen Coimbatore, and thank you from the bottom of our heart for choosing Coimbatore as a destination. Tamil Nadu is basically a leader in the manufacturing sector, and it has always been like that. We've also had, with respect to one of the top 3 states in my opinion, we compare ourselves with Gujarat and Maharashtra, but I think in terms of equitable growth and development, I think Tamil Nadu is actually slightly better than at least definitely Gujarat and maybe also Maharashtra. The development in terms of not just infrastructure, but also social development and human development is much better here in rural Tamil Nadu. And I think choosing Tamil Nadu as an option itself is primarily a great deal, but also I think from manufacturing we have to move into the services sector, and I think that is one step that IT companies like you choosing Tamil Nadu as a destination to invest in, I think is a big deal. The new generation entrepreneurial ecosystem also is coming into place in Tamil Nadu. We have, I think, you're also part of TIME. You heard, I think, being part of NAN, which is an angel investing ecosystem. And I think even in cities like Coimbatore, we are building ecosystems that are suitable for entrepreneurial and new generation investments. And I think the traditional industries like the healthcare, like manufacturing industries, all of them will definitely benefit from we have to take the next step forward, bring our traditional industries. From CII, I represent, I think, a big chunk of the large companies that are in Coimbatore, and most of them are traditional brick and mortar industries, and to take them to the next level. We talk about Industry 4.0, and particularly I think what relates to is the digitization. I think we need a lot of support from companies like you, and we have also, your company, the kind of products that we develop are more affordable for the MSMEs of this region. So I think we welcome you from that aspect as well. The government of Tamil Nadu, the new government of Tamil Nadu has been incredibly proactive. They've been visionary, and they have a long-term thinking towards the development of the state. And the current rate at which they are working, the speed at which they are currently working is amazing. And this gives us, I think, in Tamil Nadu, tremendous opportunities. From CII, I think we have one of your employees, Mr. Supraj, who work with us as a member, and in fact we do a lot of learning sessions. We do peer learning on the IT industries. We have forums in CII called CXO forum, where the CEOs learn from each other, the CFOs learn from each other, the CTOs learn from each other. So we do a lot of things. I think I would like to extend from our side a hand to you to say, to engage with us. You're already engaging with us in a small way. It would be nice if you increase the engagement, throughout, I think, with the rest of your employees as well. If you increase the engagement with us, it would be great. There is a lot more that we can do. We are also looking at the development of ecosystems, IT-based ecosystem. We are looking at new generation ecosystems, mentorship in digital ecosystems, as well as funding and things like that. To bring all of that into our fold as well. If organizations like you can also, we'd be happy to work with you develop ecosystem. Your company, Coimbatore, has the name of the city, and I think CII also, even though we represent a specific industry segment, we do a lot of city development and ecosystem development work as well. I think with Coimbatore in your name, I think I'm sure we should also work said that I think this place creates an amazing employee engagement, and I hope it creates for you a large growth. I heard about you've grown a lot from 70 to 240 in the last 1 year, I think you said. I'm sure you'll grow to 500 or 1,000 in a very short while, and the dream of becoming a unicorn comes in a very short span of time as well. I'm sure you will achieve it. I hope at the same time also, I think what you will develop your employees. I think what the balance, when we talk about balance scorecard in the industry, it's not just development of the owners of the company, but also of the employees. And I hope this company creates a lot of entrepreneurs who will again go and create much large businesses as well. I think you have created an ecosystem for something like that to happen, and surely a lot of you, I think, will be meeting in the near future, creating and developing our city, and I think that is something like that. I'm sure the Coimbatore and your name, I'm sure you will achieve that. With that, I would like to give my warm wishes to the leadership team in Coimbatore as well as the dedicated employees of Coimbatore into making this company a unicorn, probably the next CEO of Coimbatore, if you can say that, and best wishes to everyone. Thank you.
Thank you, Arjun. Your words put together very simply is a definite positive vibe to us. Thank you. I now invite Supraj Venkat, Director Engineering Coimbatore, to deliver a few words for us.
Morning, everyone. So apparently we are ahead of time, and so there's still a lot of time. So for now, requesting that I just come and just say a few words. So completely impromptu. Luckily, have a lot of memories with Saravana. So Saravana I met in 2004 when I graduated and joined Accenture in 2004 in the UK. Saravana was already working on the same project as a senior consultant. So I've seen Saravana from a senior consultant, his work ethics, how he went about building this product, and we discussed a lot over the years. And as some of you know, I used to run a company called Hubfly, in which Saravana was a partner and investor. And again, we also were trying to build products. So we thought, we're in the same city, we know each other very well. Now, rather than trying to build products in two different companies, why don't we get together and build? And that's how I came on with our team, and now we're building a product called Churn 360. It's coming out very well, and really excited. During the pandemic, as you guys know, a lot of our employees started getting sick, and I wanted to take some time here to talk about the people who actually supported us, during that period. I'd like to, so there was a case where the hospitals were full, the doctors were difficult to reach out, and we're not sure what to do. So Kunal and myself, we reached out to a few of our doctor friends, Dr. Aishwarya, Dr. Padmapriya, Dr. Sindhu, and Murali from YI. And we were discussing with them and saying, how we can probably make something official, right? Can we have a few doctors being on standby to try and support our employees? And we were very surprised when they were not personally surprised, but they were busy looking after so many other patients, but they came forward straight away and said absolutely. And I'm talking on behalf of some of our employees. They really saved a lot of lives for the work, and they're here today with us. So thank you very much. I'd like to request them to come forward, please. Dr. Aishwarya, Dr. Padmapriya, please come forward. Dr. Atmu, please come. Please. Thank you very much. Really appreciate your support. took 3-4 minutes, so let's see what Kunal does now.
Thank you, Subraj. I'm sure we'll utilize the time again. So, if your actions inspire others to dream more, do more, and become more, you're a leader. Yes. So, I'd like to introduce this person with a short history here. An officer of the 1992 batch of IAS and electrical engineering by training from IIT Kanpur, MBA from Cranfield University in UK, and PhD in economics from Fisher College, Ohio State University. He has several peer-reviewed publications till date, extensive experience in policy formulation and execution in e-governance, transport, industrial promotion, petroleum and natural gas, and so on. Worked as a senior advisor at World Bank in Washington, D.C. His engagements include PAHAL, world's largest cash transfer program in LPG in India, and Give It Up in mastery of petroleum and natural gas. He is currently Principal Secretary, Information Technology in Government of Tamil Nadu. We are honored to listen to Dr. Neeraj Mittal, IAS, Principal Secretary, IT, Government of Tamil Nadu. He's not here, but we are all set to listen to him virtually. Over to the team, please.
I'm really delighted to be here today on this special occasion and Coimbatore is opening its 40,000 square feet office in the city.
To everyone today. I'm really delighted to be here today in this. Good morning to everyone today. I'm really delighted to be here today on this special occasion, and Coimbatore is opening its 40,000 square feet office in the city of Coimbatore. The city has always been an activity of commercial activity. It is known for many products manufacturing in the entire country and in the world. But its growth in software has been phenomenal. Coimbatore has added to this momentum. Our Honorable Chief Minister has laid a target of about $1 trillion state economy by 2030. How are we going to achieve this target? Software, IT exports have to be a part of the story. Companies like Coimbatore, who will create jobs, who will create exports, and who will create economic value, have to be a part of this success which we have to engineer over the next few years. In the recent years, the startup and product ecosystem in country and in our Tamil Nadu has picked up steam. Software companies have been spearheading this growth. There have been a lot of incubators, a lot of small companies who are growing rapidly. We have a lot of examples of unicorns in our state, Zoho, Freshworks, and of course I'm sure that Kowe is going to join the league. The good ecosystem here, good manpower, low attrition, very good law and order situations, good weather, good connectivity, high-speed internet connectivity everywhere. All these are factors which have helped Tamil Nadu become a very important player in the growth of software in the state. The state government is taking steps to ensure that the growth of software industry gets distributed to tier 2, tier 3 cities to enable a holistic and dispersed geographical growth in the state. The COVID pandemic has hastened this process and improved the acceptability of working from home in different parts of the country. This is going to help us even further. The projects like BharatNet, which are already started, will connect all Gram Panchayats in the country, in the state, in another year and a half, with 1 gigabits per second GPON connectivity to every Gram Panchayat. we need to take these opportunities into account and create a lot of value and wealth for the state. Kobe.co, I can understand, the name shows the love of the founder, Mr. Sarana Kumar, for the city. And this company, I'm sure, with its new office expansion, will bring in a lot of jobs to the area. It will also create a lot of economic value in the surrounding regions of Kovachi, Tirupur, Salem, Nilgiris, Palakkad. And this trend should not stop here. I am hopeful and I'm sanguine that the government of Tamil Nadu, with its efforts, is going to help all of you and similar companies keep growing and become unicorns in the next few years. The products of Kobe.co are used by large enterprises across the globe, many of them being Fortune 500 companies. And the company has garnered several accolades and awards. The growth of Kobe.co in the last 10 years is commendable, and I wish its founders, its employees, everybody great success. Thank you so much for having me over. I really wish all of you a very bright future.
We really appreciate Dr. Neeraj Mittal for sending us over this video. I hope we got a lot of insights from him virtually. Next, appreciation is a wonderful thing. It makes what's excellent in others belong to us as well. So we couldn't have asked for more from people who had been a huge support in our journey with us, right? So we take this opportunity to sincerely thank the following people with a token of love. I now invite Mr. Arjun Prakash to hand over the memento to the following people. Please, sir. Yeah, first off, Ms. Jayasudha, Placement Director, Sri Krishna College of Engineering and Technology.
Go, on the spot.
Thank you, ma'am. Next on the list, Mr. Srinivasan R, Head Training and Placement, Sri Ishwar College of Engineering. Thank you, sir. Next, Mr. Sheelan Tankavelu, Joint Secretary, Sri Shakti Institute of Engineering and Technology. Thank you, sir. Mr. Vijay Krishnan, Head of Training and Placement, Banariamman Institute of Technology. Thank you, sir. Mr. Saravanan Jaywal, Founder, Tech3 Solutions. Yeah, Mr. Saravanan is not here, so we'll just hand over the mic to him directly. Next, Arjun Prakash, I request you to take a seat. Next on the list will be Saravana. So welcome Saravana in presenting the memento to the following people. Alright, next is Mr. Akash VM, Director, Relativity Management Solutions, India Private Limited. right team. We still have people arriving to the office. Maybe we'll coordinate accordingly. The next on the list will be Mr. Niranjan Rao, Vice President, Hanudev Info Park Private Limited. Alright, so he's just arriving at the office, so what we'll do is we'll personally have a handover of the mementos to the people, as I mentioned. And so next, let me call upon Ms. Gauri Ramkumar, Vice President, Sales and Customer Success, Coimbatore, to deliver the word of thanks.
Thank you, Nitya Prakash. So good afternoon, everyone. As Saravana said, we are very, very happy to see you all. Personally for Saravana and for me as well, because as you all know, we've spoken many times, almost every day, without seeing each other. And when I see you all face to face, it's giving me, as Saravana said, goosebumps, you know. So even I'm going to start with a quote. To be honest, I never thought there will be so many quotes mentioned by Nitya Prakash, but anyway, I've prepared a quote, so I'm going to say it now. No duty is of more urgent than of returning thanks. Respected Chief Guest, Mr. Arjun Prakash, Chairman, CIA Coimbatore Zone and President, FACA Automation, Dr. Neeraj Mittal, IAS, Principal Secretary, IT, Government of Tamil Nadu, our most valued invited guests, ladies and gentlemen. It's my privilege to have been asked to propose a vote of thanks on this occasion. I, on behalf of Coimbatore and the entire team here together, and on my own behalf, extend a very hearty vote of thanks to all speakers for gracing your important work and sharing with us your findings and opinions today. A big thank you to Mr. Arjun Prakash for his efforts towards making the city a great place to invest. Further, we are grateful to Dr. Neeraj Mittal for spending his valuable time with us today and delivering the virtual address. I would like to take this opportunity to place on record a hearty thanks to Bamboo Events for the perfect logistics support and guidance the team has extended to all of us at this inaugural function of Coimbatore. I should also do some special thanks. Special thanks to design team doing all the banners, particularly Suresh and Gautam. As you all know, how late you were up to complete the work. Special thanks to Kunal, Rugma, Arun, Indrani, Prem, and many others directly and indirectly who pulled off such a large-scale event. There was so much of hardship behind the scene to make this event very smooth and fluent. Of course, thanks Sarvana and all team members who gave us the special opportunity to be with you all. I cannot thank everyone enough further for their involvement and their willingness to take on the completion of tasks beyond their comfort zone. Special extended thanks to our customers without whom we are not here, our employees without saying it goes, our vendors and partners who has traveled with us in this amazing journey for more than a decade. Again, I'm going to finish off with a quote, and as I said, I prepared it, so I've got to say it. As we express our gratitude, we must never forget that the highest appreciation is not in words, but to live by them. And we really truly believe in that, and that's why we have our hashtag. Hey, together we grow. Thank you, everyone.
Thank you, Gauri. Well, I personally thought there was a lack in energy, but you refilled it. Thank you so much for that. And so I now invite Saravana to deliver a few words. So nothing gets completed without the CEO even talking about it. And so we request Saravana to give a few words on this. Thanks.
Okay, thank you everybody. I thought it's going very formal and all this discussions were it's a typical inaugural celebration. I just want to make it a bit more informal. That is the style we operate the company, and I just thought I'll come and have some finishing touches. Yeah, and also I thought maybe it's maybe good to have like a Q&A as well. That will be if somebody got any questions. I'm happy to answer as well. So I think we have a mic somewhere. Like if you want to ask some questions, you can ask. The main thing I wanted to convey is, together we grow. We say it inside the company. I strongly believe, an individual cannot do much, right? You have your physical limit and a mental limit as well. You can only think so much and you can only do so much, and that is how the human system is designed. The only way we can win is by pulling together a team and then directing them towards a common goal. So the reason I want to come back and talk about this is it's not just only our own employees, and when we are giving all this memento, only then you realize how many people, how many teams, and how many companies, external companies, are involved in the growth of Coimbatore in the last 10 years. Akash been with us right from the beginning, from the relativity team. Setting up something in India is not easy. You probably all know, right? Like I'm from London, and setting something, all the legal formalities and scaling and bureaucracies and to get something out. So you need a lot of people to pull this thing together. So it's all our accounting team, legal team, and even this building. Like when I came last, 2 days ago, it was the first time I'm seeing this office. I didn't get a chance to see the entire development. Originally I was there on the initial phases of this idea. We designed everything. I know exactly how the things are going to come back. But it's very difficult, right? Most of the times you try to, get an apple, but you get an orange out of it. Because when you have a lot of people, you really your expectation may be something, and your delivery might be something completely different. But when I looked at this office, it's exactly what I anticipated, exactly what I visioned, what I wanted to build in Coimbatore is what the team has transformed. And that involves, a lot of people, like the designers, and those guys are actually coming, but they're not here. There is a famous saying, the company is successful when it's running on its own without any management. Right? That means everybody working to their full potential. That's what I can see here. The last 2 years, without even, I know there's a lot of input from our team, and it wouldn't have happened magically. But the end result is what matters, right? Like I haven't seen anybody, saying any fault in anywhere, right? Every single attention to detail is done in this building. It's a great effort from a lot of people. I really wanted to thank. And also, one thing, when you're on stage, it's easy to forget a lot of things. That's why I wanted to come back. I was reiterating, did I miss something? I really wanted to, I forgot I didn't thank my family enough, you take things for granted, right? When you're very close, you don't take things for granted. My parents are here, my father, mother, and my, Chitapa, Siddhi, everybody are here. I really wanted to, thank my father, of course, Okay, the reason I wanted to thank him was, I'm the first son in the family, and all my childhood I had to spend a lot of time in the shop run by my father. So that time it was, being a child, it's difficult. You really wanted to go play and you enjoy life. But knowingly or unknowingly, I think, knowingly or unknowingly, I learned quite a bit. So only now. Only, when I look back now, you realize, how much you have learned during that young age. Just give me 2 minutes, it's warm and as well as something emotional, right? Okay, I'm good now. Okay, let me repeat. Like I have written an article like a few years ago. In fact, like I wanted everybody to teach entrepreneurship to their kids. Not necessarily whatever you teach, how much it's going to come and impact you at your later stage. I'm a living example. I relate everything. At this stage, handling money, right? You're dealing with a large sum of money, and you need to allocate it, and you need to budget it, and you need to think through all of things. I can relate all of these things to whatever I have learned at the younger age. It's contributing enough, at that small age, you're able to, manage it, just a different scale. That's the only difference here. Apart from that, the principles are the same. Today we deal with a lot of partners across the globe. We have about 50 partners across the globe. And the principles are exactly the same. When we are younger, it's exactly we deal with the local partners, and we deal with them in the commissions and all those kind of things. It's just a different scale. I just wanted to I thought I'd bring this up and thank the family for they of course in India, especially countries like India, it's all about the family. They pretty much devote their entire life for their children, right? It's a good time for me to look back and thank all of them. Yeah, I'm not sure whether they understand everything, but I wanted to thank all of them. I have 2 boys here. They're just smiling, and they probably one day I think hope they will repeat, they will realize what we are doing for them, and then thank us at the later stage of life. I think that's all for now, and we have lunch, and I'm here all day. If you want to come and speak to me, please feel free to come anytime. Yeah, thank you.
Thank you, Saruna. I'm pretty sure this is an emotional moment for almost all of us here. I would now request you to present a memorandum to Niranjan Rao, Vice President, Hyundai Info Park Private Limited. Thank you, sir. Next, I would request Saravana to present the momentum to Mr. Arjun Prakash. Thank you, Saravana. Thank you, Mr. Arjun. So we finally come to the end of this, and so I would like to make this announcement here. The guests over here in the podium of desk can utilize the 8th floor cafeteria, which is the right side of mine. Alright, so you can access the food in under 10 minutes, and the others, Coimbatore family, you can have your lunch and refreshments in the 9th floor cafeteria for building. And there's one more announcement here, kindly note this. So we have this function scheduled at 4 p.m. in residency. Dear Coimbatore family, please get ready by 3:45 max. We have a lot of fun there. And we also request you to opt for the shuttle facility in case you don't have a personal vehicle. And you can assemble 3:15 p.m. at the car parking area, and we'll take care of this. Thank you all. Thank you once again. Have a great day. Thanks.
come over and couple of days in this like they're hoping that next year will start everything and go and
Don't tell anybody when you're
Say. It's okay.
Thanks very much. All mask, very difficult.
Chief Minister.
Okay, sir. I don't like to call you back. Hello. Madam, Abhi.
One second. Okay, madam. Thank you. One second, madam. Mask.
So like you know like முன்னாடி ஒரு சின்ன கம்பெனியாக AGT ஏர்போர்ட் பக்கத்தில் ஸ்டார்ட் பண்ணோம். 5 வருஷத்தில் ஒரு ஸ்டெப் பை ஸ்டெப்பாக இன்றைக்கி வந்துட்டு 250 பேர் செட்டப் பண்ணுறோம் செட் பண்ணியிருக்கோம். ஸோ பேசிக்காக லைக் யூனோ லைக் திஸ் இஸ் த ஃபஸ்ட்டு இந்த மாதிரி ஒரு ஆஃபீஸ் வந்து கோயம்புத்தூரில் வந்து இதுதான் முதல் தடவை இப்படி செட் பண்ணியிருக்கோம் நாங்கள். இதுக்கு முன்னாடி வந்துட்டு பெங்களூரு, சென்னை, இல்லை சிலிகான் வேலிலாம் இந்த மாதிரி ஒரு கல்ச்சர் இருந்தது. ரொம்ப ஓப்பன் ஸ்பேஸு. really wanted to லைக் கிரியேட் an ecosystem கோயம்புத்தூரில் கிரியேட் நான் வந்துட்டு லைக் 10 வருஷத்துக்கு முன்னாடி இந்த கம்பெனியை ஆரம்பித்தது. நான் ஒரிஜினலி ஃப்ரம் கோயம்புத்தூர், ராமகிருஷ்ண வித்யாலயில் தான் இதை படித்தது. 2000 நான் லண்டன் போனேன். 10 வருஷமாக அதுக்கப்புறம் இந்த மீடியா வந்துட்டு இந்த கம்பெனியை வந்துட்டு நான் 2010 ஸ்டார்ட் பண்ணேன். 2013 வந்துட்டு லைக் எங்கே இந்த கம்பெனியை எக்ஸ்பேண்ட் பண்ணணுங்கிற அந்த நிலைமை வரும்போது லைக் எங்கே இது பண்ணுறதுன்னு போது லாட் ஆஃப் த தாட்ஸ் நிறைய பேர் வந்து சென்னை, பெங்களூர் எல்லாம் சஜஸ்ட் பண்ணாங்க. பட் எனக்கு வந்துட்டு பர்சனலாக வந்துட்டு கோயம்புத்தூர் நம்ம இங்கே பிறந்து வளர்ந்த ஊர், நம்ம இந்த ஊரில் வந்து ஏதாவது பண்ணணும்னு சொல்லி ஓடிக்கிறதுனால எல்லாத்தோட இதுக்கும் மேலே வந்துட்டு வி ஸ்டார்டட் கோயம்புத்தூர். இங்கே வந்து உங்களுக்கு தெரியும் லைக் இப்போ பெங்களூர், சென்னை மாதிரி இந்த டேலண்ட் வந்து அவ்வளோ இல்லை. இங்கே படித்தவங்க கூட லைக் நார்மலாக வந்துட்டு இதே மூவ் டு பெங்களூர், சென்னைக்கு போயிடுவாங்க. மெயினாக அது எதுக்கு போகிறாங்கன்னா லைக் இங்கே வந்து வாய்ப்பு இல்லை, இங்கே இந்த மாதிரி கம்பெனிஸ் இல்லாதனால தான் அவங்க போகிறாங்க. இப்போ நம்ம பார்த்தோம்னா இங்கே நிறையா பிஹெச்டி, சிஐடி, ஜிசிடி, ஒரு 60-70 இன்ஜினியரிங் காலேஜஸ் இருக்குது. எல்லோரும் படிக்கிறாங்க, படிச்சுட்டு உடனே வந்து எதிர் அந்த மாதிரி கோயம்புத்தூர், சென்னை, பெங்களூர் போயிடுறாங்க, இல்லை வெளிநாட்டுக்கு போயிடுறாங்க, என்ன இன்க்ளூடட். ஸோ அதை எப்படி நம்ம மாற்றணும், அப்படி மாற்ற முடியுமா அப்படிங்கிறத தான் எடுத்து நம்ம இந்த இது பண்ணி ஒரு 8 வருஷமாக விடாது இது பண்ணி இப்போ இந்த லெவலில் இருக்கிறோம். கம்பெனி வந்துட்டு இப்போ நாங்கள் ஒரு $10 மில்லியன் ரெவென்யூ பண்ணுறோம். இது நிறைய நம்பர்ஸ். 10 மில்லியன்னா கிட்டத்தட்ட 70-80 கோடி ரூபா வருமானம் பண்ணுற ஒரு ஸ்தாபனமாக நாங்கள் இதை வளர்த்திருக்கோம். இப்போ இந்த ஆஃபீஸ் செட்டப் எல்லாம் எதுக்குன்னா லைக் இன்னொரு 10 வருஷத்தில் நம்ம என்ன பண்ண முடியும், லைக் எவ்வளோ பெருசாக போக முடியும், ஒரு ஐபிஓ கம்பெனி பண்ண முடியுமா, ஒரு யூனிகான்னு சொல்லுவாங்க இந்த சாஃப்ட்வேர் கம்பெனியில். கிட்டத்தட்ட 1 பில்லியன் ரெவென்யூ, 1 பில்லியன் வேல்யூவேஷன் இருக்கிற கம்பெனி பண்ண முடியுமா, அப்படி கோயம்புத்தூர்லேருந்து பண்ண முடியுமாங்கிறது எங்களோட பெரிய குறிக்கோள். இதனால் நிறைய பேருக்கு வேலை வாய்ப்பு இதாகும். அவங்க இனிமேல் வந்துட்டு நல்லா படித்து முடிச்சுட்டு லைக் எப்பவுமே எனக்கே இருக்குது லைக் இன்னும் படித்து முடிச்சுட்டு வெளியே போகும்போது ஃப்ரெண்ட்ஸு, ஃபேமிலி எல்லாம் விட்டுட்டு போகிறது நோபடி லைக்ஸு. நம்ம ஏன் கோயம்புத்தூர்லேயே அதை பெருசாக பண்ணக்கூடாதுங்கிறத எங்கள் லட்சியம். அதை டெஃபினட்டாக வந்துட்டு ஸ்டெப் பை ஸ்டெப்பாக அதை அச்சீவ் பண்ணுறதுக்கு முடிஞ்ச அளவுக்கு நாங்கள் ட்ரை பண்ணோம். அது ஒரு இது. ப்ளஸ் அது போக வந்துட்டு நம்ம முதல்ல யார் பண்ணுறாங்கங்கிறது வந்து எப்பவுமே ஒரு இதுதான். ஒன்ஸ் பண்ணிட்டாங்கன்னா லைக் எங்களை மாதிரியே நிறைய கம்பெனிஸ் இங்கே கோயம்புத்தூரில் வரும். இனிமேல் நிறைய இந்த மாதிரி ப்ராடக்ட் கம்பெனிஸ் கோயம்புத்தூரில் வரும்னு எதிர்பார்க்குறோம். அதுவும் எங்களோட ஒரு குறிக்கோள். லைக் நாங்கள் மட்டும் இல்லை, எங்களை மாதிரியே நிறைய கம்பெனிஸ் வரணும், இந்த நிறைய வேலைவாய்ப்பு இங்கே உருவாக்கணும். அது வந்துட்டு இன்னொரு 10 வருஷத்தில் வந்து கோயம்புத்தூரும் ஒரு சாஃப்ட்வேரில் ஒரு பெரிய முக்கியமான ஒரு நகரமாக இந்தியாவில் இருக்கணுங்கிறத எங்கள் லட்சியம். பெரிய இது கிரியேட் பண்ணணும், கோயம்புத்தூரையும் முன்னாடி கொண்டு போகணுங்கிற இதில் தான் நான் இது பண்ணுவேன். அதனால தான் நீங்கள் கம்பெனி பேர் பார்த்தீங்கன்னா கூட Coimbatore எல்லாமே கோயம்புத்தூர் சுற்றியே இருக்கும். இந்த சாஃப்ட்வேர் இதில் வந்து .com டொமைன் வாங்குறது வந்து ரொம்ப கஷ்டம். எதுவுமே அவைலபிள் இல்லை. நீங்கள் என்ன பேர் போட்டிங்கனாலும் ஒரு .comனு ஒரு உங்களுக்கு ஈஸியாக கிடைக்காது. நீங்கள் கஷ்டப்பட்டு Coimbatore.com வந்துட்டு ஒருத்தர் 20 வருஷமாக வச்சுருந்தாங்க. அவங்க கிட்டேருந்து இப்போ லாஸ்ட் இயர் வாங்கியிருக்கோம். அந்த டொமைனும் வந்து இனிமேல் Coimbatore.comனா நம்ம இந்த Coimbatore கம்பெனி தான் வரும். ஸோ இதுதான் எங்களுக்கு அப்புறம் ஐடி ஃபீல்டு எப்படி சார்? கோவிடுக்கு அப்புறம் வந்துட்டு இனிஷியலில் ஒரு கொஞ்சம் கஷ்டமாக இருந்தது. ஆனால் இப்போ வந்துட்டு ஐடி ஃபீல்டு வந்து அவ்வளோ எஃபெக்ட் ஆச்சுன்னு நான் சொல்ல முடியாது. ஏன்னா இப்போ மேனுஃபேக்சரிங் கம்பெனிஸ் பார்த்தீங்கன்னா நீங்கள் வேலைக்கு வந்து அந்த மெஷின் கூட வேலை செஞ்சிங்கன்னா தான் வந்துட்டு உங்களுக்கு ஏதாவது உற்பத்தி பண்ண முடியும். ஆனால் ஐடி ஃபீல்டு பொறுத்த வரைக்கும் ஏன்னா ஒரு கம்ப்யூட்டர், ஒரு இன்டர்நெட் இருந்தால் இன்றைக்கி வந்து யார் வேணால் எங்கே வேணால் இருந்து வேலை செய்யலாம். அதனால் வந்து அவ்வளோ பெருசாக எஃபெக்ட் ஆச்சுன்னு சொல்ல முடியாது. இப்போ இன்னொரு அட்வான்டேஜ் என்னென்னா லைக் லாட் ஆஃப் பீப்புள் வந்து ஃப்ளெக்சிபிளாக இப்போ வீட்டில் பேரண்ட்ஸ் இருக்காங்க, ஃபேமிலி இல்லை, எஸ்பெஷலி லேடிஸ் வந்துட்டு கிட்ஸ் இருக்காங்கன்னா அவங்களுக்கு வீட்டில் இருந்தே கூட நிறையா வேலை செய்ய முடியுது. அந்த மாதிரி டேலண்ட் எல்லாம் இப்போ ஐடியில் திருப்பி வராங்க.
நான் ஒரே ஒரு அதெல்லாம் வேணும்.
ஃபைனல் மீட்டிங்ல நான் வரணும் நான் எங்க பிசினஸ் எடுக்க போறியா?
We saw when you were there at the hospital. We tried again the title and
மேடம் அந்த மாஸ்க் மட்டும் கொஞ்சம் மாஸ்க் மட்டும் ஒன்றும்
Okay, any successes?
சார் ரெடி
We are going to become a unicorn.
Yeah, that's it.
100%.
Thank you very much.
Thing that you mentioned about Shivani. That one is kind of discomfort that we've always
Sacrifices I didn't say much about my current family, right? Like, they also did a lot of sacrifices. Kids traveling all the time, not there.
No, that time will come. When you become the unicorn and you are giving the speech, they're traveling. Yeah, okay. Get that on.
சார் ரெடி வெயிட் ஸோ ஓ இன்னும்
Yeah, please come. Yeah. Nothing coming here.
சார் ரெடி
Hello, thank you for coming. ಎಲ್ಲರೂ ಹೇಳ್ಕೊಟ್ರಲ್ಲ.
Chicken, please be waited. So please have your lunch.
சார் மாஸ்க் நீ எடுத்துக்க சார் கொஞ்சம் தள்ளிக்கங்க லைட் ஆஃப் பண்ணி லைட் ஆஃப் பண்ணி
ഈ ലോകത്തില് ഒരു ആണ് ഒരു പെണ്ണുമേലെ കൊണ്ട് പ്രേമത്തിക്കാക ജാതി മാറി മതം മാറി പക്ഷേ ഞാൻ ചേട്ടേ മാറി
മനെ ഓ മനെ ബാവോ മനെ നന്നെ നന്ദനെ ഓ മമനെ കേടി കില്ലാടി റൗഡി നനെ മിസ്സ മുർച്ച നാലാലേട്ടനെ ഓണോ സാരിയ കട്ടി മയ്യ വെച്ച് സ്ലോ മോബിൽ വந்தாளே ആരോമലേ മാമ പൊണ്ണെല്ലാം വേണ சொன்ன പെണ്ണെ ഇഷ്ടോ നീ തന്നെ അടി 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 കൊലേ Mane o mane va o mane nane nandane o mamane kedi killadi rowdy nane misa murcha nalaletane